DNA is the building blocks of life. Everything alive is made from it. Plants are, and so are animals. It is made from only 4 nucleotides: adenine, guanosine, thymine, and cytosine, or A, G, T, and C for short. These 4 building blocks make up all our DNA and cause the differences between you and me. Humans have about 3 billion bases, and about 0.1% of our DNA is different than the other. We are going to look at how our DNA changes over time and how species can evolve from what they used to be. The 4 mechanisms we will look at are natural selection, mutation, genetic drift, and gene flow. Natural selection is pretty much how it sounds. It is about how different traits or different environments causes certain species to thrive more than others. Take this example of butterflies. This species has butterflies colored from white to black on the grayscale. This is what they look like on the trees in their environment. All of them stick out about the same and have the same chances as the others as being spotted by a predator. What happens if a volcano erupts nearby and causes the trees to be covered in ash? Predators are going to more easily pick out the butterflies that are dark gray or black now. After some time, the species is mostly going to be comprised of light-colored butterflies, since they were the only ones left to pass on their DNA. Mutation is not like the movies. You're a scientist exposed to gamma radiation. Now your skin turns green whenever you get mad. But after a few years, you find some friends who share the same hobby as you. And then you reach the point where you accept who you are, green skin and all. There has only been one case of that known to science, and it is not the norm. A mutation is when a flaw in your body or something from the environment causes a change with at least one nucleotide in your DNA. Depending on where the mutation occurs, even changing one nucleotide in the DNA of a species can change a lot. Later, we'll talk about different mutations. But for now, imagine a watch. Very intricate. What happens if one piece is replaced? It could work like the old piece, and the watch could still tell time. It could make the watch work even better than before. Or it could make the watch worse, and maybe even incapable of working. Species can be affected in a multitude of ways by a mutation, and sometimes the environment is what could make a mutation good or bad for a species. Genetic drift is when the relative frequency of genotypes in a population change. One example is if there is the cottontail disease that is spread around a population of rabbits. These rabbits currently have 4 traits in the population, coloring their fur black, white, gray, and brown. The disease wiped out 17 of the 24 rabbits. In the 7 rabbits that were left, there were only 2 of the 4 traits, brown and white fur. Now, the new population will only have 2 traits, and the other 2 traits are no longer a part of the gene pool in the rabbits. Gene flow can be observed in migration of a species. Let's say there are pink pigs and brown pigs in one area. They constantly intermingle with one another, and the traits of both populations have similar ratios, making them both the same species. One day, an earthquake happens, and the land is split in 2. The populations can no longer migrate or intermingle with each other. So now they're separate populations. Now their gene pool has shrunk, and over the years, the pigs turn into 2 separate species. This was just your introduction to the mechanisms of evolution. We are going to learn more specific examples of each mechanism over the next few weeks and how to tell the difference between them in examples. So get ready, and we will start by taking it back to the beginning of the video with DNA.